Hey guys, my name is Twan. I'm a NASM certified personal trainer. Today I want to show you guys how to do a proper push-up. So I'm going to show two variations, a standard push-up and then a modified version push-up on the knees. Right? So a couple things we're looking for. I'm going to show you the do's and the don'ts with the push-up. Right? So we're going to get right into it. A couple things we're going to look for. First, when you do a push-up, if you want to do a closer grip where your hands are more here, we're going to hit more so of the triceps, the back of the arms. Now what we're going to do today, the one I'm going to show you, is more of a regular standard push-up, which means we want everything to be 90 degrees, right? So you have a 90-degree bend on your elbow to your forearm when you come down, almost like a goalpost, right? So you want to make sure that your feet are going to be slightly shoulder width apart, give you some stability, but you don't want it too wide, right? You want it a little bit shoulder width apart, right? So first thing, show you the standard version. So with this one here, make sure your shoulder is directly above your wrist, right? Feet slightly shoulder width apart. Now a couple things we're looking for. A lot of people, just about 90% of people, when they do push-ups, they let that pelvic area drop. Right, so when you let that happen, again, if you look at that, all your weight goes straight to your lumbar or your low back. So you're putting all that pressure down on there. Right? So when you're doing this, you're not even engaging your core. Your core is deactivated, and now all you're doing is taking your body weight, putting right straight to your back. Right? So that's going to cause a lot of back problems from years now to come, right? So what you want to do is make sure that your body is nice and straight, your body is perfectly parallel to the floor. Now when you're coming down, you want to make sure that you bring everything up and down together, and that this center doesn't drop. So, right? So you don't want to do this and arch your back and let that drop. Keep this straight, keep the pelvic up, keep your core engaged, and bring everything up and down together. Right? A lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll start up straight, keep this nice and straight, but when they come down, what they end up doing is come down and then let that pelvic drop and let that back arch, right? So make sure that stays nice and straight. So two things you want to make sure. Number one, when you're doing this, hands are shoulder width apart. Now the key thing is to make sure that when you come down, we don't want to come down all the way down to here. Because if you look at the angle on this, if you look, my shoulders dip downward. All the stress goes right to my shoulder joints. You want to make sure that you come down just to 90 degrees, that you're parallel with the floor. Anything lower than that, now you're putting stress on your shoulder joints. So in biomechanics, the strongest point of your chest and your shoulder joint, especially your shoulder joint, is when you stop 90 degrees. So again, right here, right? You want to come here, come down, stop, right there. Don't let that body cave in. Don't let your shoulders cave inward like that. Right to here, right? So, nice and straight. Keep the head straight. Don't look down. Don't look up. Nice and straight. Come down, right to here, right back up. Right? Nice, slow, controlled motion. Everything together. Right? Now, the second version is going to be the modified version. Now, if you're female, even if you're a guy, if you're overweight, if you're carrying a lot of weight on you, if you haven't been working out in a while, if you need to build upper body strength, you do the modified version. So, with that one, we want our knees shoulder width apart, same thing that we have the feet shoulder width apart. Now, a lot of people, what they tend to do is they tend to cross their knees like this, right, their ankles. When you cross your legs like this, what ends up happening, the reason people do that is because it makes the push-up easier. Because what you're doing there is you're disengaging your core. Now your core is no longer activated, we're making it much easier. So you want to make sure we have our knees shoulder width apart, but then we keep this not crossed and straight, right? So now going into the push-up. When people do this, the reason you go on your knees is because now what you're doing is you're taking your body weight off, right? Just about half of your body weight, making it easier. So we want to make sure that when you're doing this, we don't do this, right? People tend to do this, and all they're doing is putting their head up and down. This lower body is not coming up and down with it. We got to make sure we bring that up and down. So what we want to do is we want to come forward and lean forward more than you're used to. You're going to come here, come forward, lean your body weight forward. Same principles. You want to keep this up and not let that pelvic or that lumbar drop, right? Because we don't want to do this and stress out your back. Keep this up, keep your body nice and straight, shoulders shoulder width apart, arms shoulder width apart, and we're going to come down and come right back up. Keeping that core engaged, right? Down right to here, not too low, right here, and back up, right? Head straight, down, back up, right? Make sure everything's perfectly parallel. Now another variation is if you can't do the modified push-ups because your knees hurt and it can't take the stress on your knees, then what you do is you grab a chair and you do it on an incline. So you can use a step up, or you can use a plyometric box, or a chair that is strong and stable. Put a weight on the chair and you can use that as a modification, right? So I'm going to show you that to you real quick right now. Alright guys, now that I grab a chair, I want to show you what I was just talking about earlier. If you can't go on your knees because maybe you're overweight, you're carrying too much weight in your body, or your knees have a lot of issues with them, right, and you can't get down, then what you want to do is a different modified version. You take a chair here, and what you want to do is make sure the chair is propped against a wall, or that the chair has a heavy weight on it. This way it doesn't slide around, right? So what we're gonna do, same thing. Because you're on an incline, now this is gonna make it a little bit easier. Again, you're taking your body weight off without having to get on your knees and doing push-ups on the knees. So you're gonna come here, same thing. Hands gonna be shoulder width apart. Make sure that we are nice and straight. So you wanna make sure that you're not up here, right? You wanna make sure your body is fully elongated and nice and straight, just like a perfect plank. Make sure everything's nice and straight. Make sure we don't drop the pelvic area or the lumbar. Make sure it's nice and straight like this, right? So you're gonna come here, same thing. We're gonna come down 90 degrees, come back up, right? Keep the core tight, come down 90 degrees, right back up, right? So that's another variation you can do. Again, you can do it on a chair, you can do it on a bench, you can do it outside in the park, whatever type of incline you can do it. Keep in mind, the higher the incline, the much easier it is. So you can literally, if you're extremely out of shape or you never worked out, you have no muscle endurance or anything, what you can do is literally do on a wall. You can come on the wall here, just come back a little bit like this, hands shoulder width apart, come down to there and come back up. Same thing, keeping everything nice and straight, right? So that would be basically the easiest modification you can do. And then you can progress to a bench or a chair, and eventually to the knees, and then to the regular full push-up. So again, those are the modifications you can do for the push-ups. If you liked the video, if you found it useful, and you learned a lot from it, please subscribe to the channel, also like the video, and of course share it with people. You know, if you have social media, share it. This way people learn how to do exercise properly, they don't injure themselves, and they can get better results. Again, my name is Twan. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.